I don't know about New York, but here in California, pandering, which is promoting prostitution, is a presumptive state prison charge.
But on a first offense and one single count?
Even on a
with a mother who she's very well respected in the community, okay? A 4 or 5 year investigation, you come up with one count, and you think that she's going to go to prison?
I think that in order for the state to justify the resources that they have spent on this case, they will be seeking state prison time, and in the state of California, pandering is a presumptive state prison charge, and that's because of the allegation that essentially, not to sound stereotypical, but that men are luring women into prostitution. The policy of that is so dangerous that in the state of California, they believe that it's worth prison if you are promoting prostitution.
By the way, do you think in this case she got treated more harshly, or has been treated more harshly because she's a woman?
Oh, well, I think it's so interesting that what Dawn was saying before about the policy behind pandering, that we don't want men taking advantage of vulnerable young women. In this case, we don't have that. We don't have a powerful man taking advantage of vulnerable young women. We have a businesswoman, someone who's trying to provide for her family, who's trying to put gas in her SUV to get her kids to soccer practice. We have this woman who is involved in what she calls a simple matchmaking service, a dating service like Match.com. And in any case, it's hard for me to imagine those same issues of taking advantage of vulnerable women don't apply to Anna Gristina. It's hard for me to even picture that someone with no criminal record, who's never been investigated for anything at all before this, should now be facing a lengthy state prison sentence after she's already served a lot of time in New York's infamous Rikers Island.
And it's going to be interesting to see what comes out as part of the evidence, because what is legal is to sell somebody's time. So she can even run a high-dollar escort service.
How do you prove it? That's not going to be checks that are written in the memo, this was for sex. And there's not going to be a contract. So how does the prosecution prove this? I think that they have hours and hours of wiretap, and I think that there was also,
that is true.
I remember there being some serious rumbling because she in the wiretap, she's heard saying, I have very powerful friends in the police department and nothing bad can come to me, or something like that. Is that correct?
No, that's absolutely true. Her phone was wiretapped for a series of a few years, and they amassed hundreds of thousands of hours of tape, and it was that very statement that that caused this scandal. When the Manhattan District Attorney's Office released that statement, then the people realized, okay, this is a conspiracy that goes very deep into the NYPD. The feds came in to investigate, and they didn't find an NYPD cover-up. They were expecting to find...
By the way, I'm a bit aghast that they had hundreds of hours and it resulted in one count. I mean, think about the money that went into the wiretapping and the investigative resources that went into this, and they have one count. So, you know, this is one for me that, of course, as a mom, as a soccer mom, who, you know, I watch American Idol at night. I don't run a prostitution ring, but I'm still interested in the case. And I certainly can't imagine how a woman with no record is going to go to prison. But it's a really interesting case to watch and follow. Wild About Trial, mobile app, it's 99 cents, less than a cup of coffee, a lot less than a cup of coffee. Buy it today. You will enjoy reading about the players and the facts and the legal commentary, seeing who's involved in this case, and of course, as always, hours of our legal commentary. Thank you so much.